always had families, and I was never made to feel any different, except for when you hear those words. And the other thing about being adopted, when kids get mad with you because somebody's been talking, you know, they would say, adopted. And I would just say, your mama. You know, because I didn't know what it meant. You know, I was probably CJ's age. And then when I started dealing with the infertility issues and realized I wasn't going to be able to have my own birth relative, then I said, well, you know what, maybe I'll get my non-identifying biological information. So my mom had told me the agency, and I guess it's since closed, but some kind of way Families First has custody of all that paperwork. So I wrote Families First in 2000, and I got my non-identifying biological information, which was fine. So here it is, 2014. My mom is 76. She gets sick. My mom's a hard worker. She's never been dependent, but she was really sick. She always would tell me.
She works at a hotel and
she used to. She always, because she would ask me periodically, promise me you'll look for your birth family. And I'm like, oh, you know, I'm fine. So when she got sick, I'm like, okay, maybe I should go ahead and do this. So I did. I was looking at some stuff online for her, and I came across Families First. She said it could take a few months or a few years. So this was probably like the end of February. So I'm at work one Thursday, never forget it. Actually, I think it was March 27th. I get a call at work around 11 o'clock. This is whatever her name. We have good news and bad news. The good news is we found your birth mother. The bad news is she died in 1998. So she said, but the other thing, we found out you have a brother. Would you like for us to contact him? I'm like, sure. So go to lunch, whatever. About 2 o'clock, she calls me again at work. I can't even function. Just with that news. So she said, well, guess what? She said, I contacted your brother, and he wants to make contact. And she got some information, because she asked me before. She said, if your brother says yes, what are some questions that you want me to ask? I was taking my mom from Piedmont, and we were actually going to the eye doctor, and they called me. I was on the expressway. She said, this is whatever her name was, and she said, I got the release from your brother. Just tell him, she said, can I call him now? I'll do a conference call. So I'm like, oh my God, once again, it's like, so my mom and CJ was in the car. So I'm like, I got to pull over. I said, I'll call you back. So I pulled over at the most beautiful Catholic church. We both looking at each other on Facebook, and when he looked at my picture, he just said, you look just like her, you look just like her, you look just like her. He just kept saying it over and over. He said, you look just like her, you look just like our mom. He just kept saying it. And I'm like, okay. And we both had, well, I have the one dimple, but we both have dimples, and I've got some pictures of him on my phone. And so we have talked Facebook, text, every day since then. And the way he didn't know he had a sister until after our mother died. My mother took me to the grave, but my uncle told him, I don't even know how long it was after our mother died. It's like, you got a sister, right? Because my uncle's very straight from the hip. He's a retired school teacher. He's like, no, I don't know I have a sister. And he said, yeah, you got a sister. And so my brother, when we talked, he said, he kept apologizing. He said, I should have looked for you. I was like, no, my records are sealed. I said, you would have probably never found me. I said, the way it happened in the right way. And I went
Washington, D.C.?
Yeah, we went to Washington, because they're from Washington, and somebody at his church works for the White House, so we met at the gas station, and he gave me a bouquet of flowers, him and the girls. And he just kept staring at me, and I followed him to the White House, and his wife works down the street, and it was that, and my nieces were, because one of my nieces really favored me. She said, she looks just like me. I'm like, no, I look just like you. So we went to the White House, and my mother was with me, and she was just amazed. And I was so glad to share with her, because she's not getting any younger, and then everything she saw on CNN, I'm actually at the White House, And in the Dear Birth Mom letter, first of all, I said thank you for thank you, but for putting me up for adoption because I had a good life, and I just wanted to assure her that I had a good upbringing. In the birth mom letter, they had a criteria. I had to put what I did for a profession, how much education I had. I had to do a physical description of myself. And my birth mom died from she had multiple sclerosis, but she had real diabetes real bad. She didn't take care of herself, and she died from a diabetic coma. But what my uncle tells me, and like I said, they were estranged, and they hadn't talked in a couple of years. He always says, your mother never wanted to give you up. They forced her. Because she was 17, and my grandmother has family in McDonald, and that's how I ended up being born at Grady. And that was the first thing he told me. He said, she never wanted to give you up. She was in Georgia a year, and he said when she came back, she was never the same. We had a whirlwind week. I was there 3 days in D.C., and that Saturday, we went to my sister-in-law's family reunion. Everybody knew about me. So it was like they welcomed me to the family, me and CJ. They welcomed us to the family. And my uncle and I talk every day, at least 2 times a day, because I talk to my mom every morning, every evening. We talk every morning, every evening. We talk and talk. We talk about everything. My uncle is like, because my dad died in 2000, but we talk all the time. And I think it gives him closure because he and my mom were very close.